We're on now, so no talking that's not necessary, only me. You understand, guys?
Yeah,
Excuse me,
sure.
wrong. But
Welcome,
don't
Okay.
forget it's woman power
welcome
It
to
was
Tush
International
Twins.
Women's Day
yesterday.
and your birthday.
Today or
That's
yesterday?
coming up.
No, your
Me.
birthday was
Mine
yesterday.
is on Saturday.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
your birthday?
was
Yeah.
that
Happy
on Tuesday?
birthday.
His birthday yesterday on International Women's Day. You're
Well,
so
that's
sweet.
well. I in my dating pattern before I got married, I dated international women.
Good for you.
I think I've hit almost every country. Not really,
Yeah. You hit
but anyway,
almost every
let's
country.
tell people where we are. We're at Tush Twins.
Right. We're at the Tush Twins. So I will do the intro.
.com.
Good.
And
Do
these
we-
are the both cheeks, the left cheek and the right cheek, but we
That's
haven't decided
right.
which is which.
We don't
Take-
know. We switch off. You know.
Take
Sometimes
it
I'm
away,
right,
Max.
sometimes she's left, and sometimes she's
Sometimes
left.
Sometimes I'm that way, sometimes I'm this way.
Right. And the
That way.
stars.
Is that known as ACDC?
No, that's a rock group.
Not in our neck of the woods, but it's like,
Anyway,
But
Max,
I'll
introduce
be
yourself so
politically
people-
correct.
so
Here we
people know where
are.
we are.
Move over, Lucy and Ethel, Laverne and Shirley, Thelma and Louise, Betty and Wilma, and there's others, so many. Here come the Tush Twins with tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond. Maxine Faith and Paula Rose, aka Rusty, aka the Redhead, will bring you through their 60+ years of friendship with levity, drama, joy, and unabashed plutonic love. Love, love, love. From Brighton to Coney, New York City to the burbs, and out to the whole wide world. We have been through it all, literally, and we will take you through our journey. We know each other so long and so well. Our atomic particles have been joined at the tush. Hope you enjoy our tales. Ha ha, tales, get it? All right.
Woohoo!
So we got through with our birthday wishes for Malcolm and our birthday wishes for the tush. The redhead's birthdays is coming up. It's coming up on in a few
39.
days. She's going to be
39.
27, and good for you.
Yeah, take that.
You like that one?
I like it.
27. Okay,
Well,
27.
I told Max what I did for my birthday luncheon.
How was it? Was
Oh,
it
what'd
good?
you do?
We went. I went to a luncheon for the Neptune Society.
Oh no. I don't want to hear that.
Because the time is closer to then than it ever was. As each year goes by.
They give you a luncheon to buy for the
Cremation.
crematorium. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
I
You
didn't
don't
decide
even
not to
know
pay any
how to
attention to it.
respond to that. I mean, did they serve you cream of wheat? I don't know. It's a crematorium after all. Okay.
Well, Max, you got to do something, and any way that you go, it's not pleasant to think about.
Well, just think of this. Phil, and I'm talking to you.
And Mitch also,
Yeah.
don't leave him out.
Well, I'm talking specifically about Phil now because Phil was buried in a wall.
He's not buried, as far as I'm
He's
concerned.
not buried. He's
He's
kind
not
of
buried.
he's
put
existing in a wall. But he had to pick out where he wanted to be. I believe, I'm believing this. Right on top of him, there's someone else. And on the epitaph of that person, it says nobody's perfect. And Phil is right underneath. So
As the priest at Ivy's wedding, nobody's
Yeah.
perfect.
no, it was, you're not perfect.
You're perfect.
And you're certainly not perfect.
Certainly not perfect.
Yeah, certainly not perfect. So we're getting off the beaten trail here.
Let's talk about perfection.
Let's talk about some fun things because the world is full of such garbage and cruelty and insanity right now.
Well,
So-
with the gas price, one thing I do want to bring up a very fun, well, not a great memory, but a funny memory, or maybe not. To me it is, and you, Max, I don't think you'll think it's funny. The oil embargo back in 1973 where you had to take my mom's car.
Yes, I had to go.
Even
to
in raw
the-
days
I remember going to the gas station on Coney Island
on
Avenue,
the avenue.
waiting for gas from like 5:30 in the morning,
Mhm.
waiting with the odd days and the even days on the plates.
Mhm.
See, the people don't remember that who weren't born back then. They're bitching about the price, which sure you could bitch about, but considering what's going on and considering that we haven't gotten off fossil fuels since the 70s, you think after that happened that we would have thought in a better direction and had alternative energy by now and had more electric cars by now. But no, we have to feed the corporate coffers of Exxon, Shell, all of them. So I that's another show. So
Okay, just wanted to remind you about the gas prices.
well,
Back what we used to do.
yeah,
My mom.
what you had to do is go odd even days to get gas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you can go and you're paying for it, but look what's happening in this world.
$4.59
That
in
is,
Jersey.
what's it in
some
LA?
places.
In LA, it's close to
It's
$6.
Six. So it's $6.
And I don't know about today. This was yesterday before.
Oh, it's
before we
gone
made
up.
The announcement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
2
notice
days
that
ago.
it went up the next day.
Yeah.
They had plenty of reserves. The oil companies, the profits are going to be beyond anything. Seriously, if you own stock in ExxonMobil, you're going to make a fortune.
Well, that's what I don't understand. They say, oh, there's a shortage of gas and we're, and you have to, pay more money. But yet the gas companies, the fuel companies are making more and more profits.
Mhm.
Well,
And that's okay.
there is enough gas, and you notice the prices will go up, but when the prices start to come down, it takes longer for our prices to come down.
Of course,
I love what they say.
because they like to make money, They're not,
Money, 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 money.
there's a lot of,
Money makes the world go around, the
There's-
world go around.
Go around the world, go around.
I keep going back to the
Yeah.
commercial, it's good to the last drop, Maxwell House. Well, it should just say ExxonMobil, good to the last drop. Because that's what they're looking for, the dino goop, how much they can get out of it for the next 10, 20 years, because they know they're doomed after that, because alternative energy is going to come. I hope, we'll be around. We'll be driving Jetson cars, Paul.
Well, there's a great
I think so.
editorial. There's a great editorial in today's LA Times
Mhm.
saying, it's not so bad because finally we're going to do alternative energy. And that's what we need. And that's what the president said.
Well, I mean, I can
He
only
better
hope,
start moving his ass.
because again, as a person who was waiting on those lines back then and was hoping
Mhm.
that they would make better, higher efficiency cars with better gas, they didn't. They still have crappy gas mileage, unless, I know, Paul, you're getting a electric car at some point.
Yes, yes,
So,
because
and
I'm
my
sick of
next-
this.
My next car is going to be electric, and you gotta start thinking that way. You just do. So
Well, aside from money, it's, you have to save the planet. I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
well, the Amazon forest has hit the tipping point. And if you think the weather is bad now, you're gonna have to wear like magnets that stick you to the ground when the wind blows. Something.
Oh my God, we had like a mini hurricane the other night here.
Yeah.
There's
It-
70-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah, we had that here too. I thought
Yeah.
my trees were gonna just pick up, and now there's no wind. It's just beautiful.
snow.
Look at the snow on them now.
Yeah, I'm looking too. But you know what,
Sparkles.
Maxine? What should we have been doing? What would my father do with us? We'd be on the beach flying a kite.
Right.
The wind.
But- Right, in the wind.
In the
Except I don't know, I
March,
think the kite would disappear in 70-mile-an-hour winds. Your kite isn't gonna,
Well, you know what they say, which my philosophy is, you could be planning on Saturday going on a picnic.
right.
And Saturday you wake up, it rains. And what
Mhm.
do? Do you just go back to your house and complain that it's raining? No, you look up what the good movies are or the games, you invite people over and you have a little
Yeah.
party. You watch
Yeah.
movies, you watch TV.
Right, because you make lemonade out of lemons,
Right.
right? That's what you got.
Always.
So
But
that's
anyway,
what
guys,
we
you-
did growing up. Because we didn't have that
We were
much money,
talking
neither
about
of us,
growing
right?
up.
Yeah.
We're talking, actually, you were going to talk about cars and
Right.
what your parents did, your
That's
father.
what I brought into this.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my father on the weekends, it could be the middle of the winter, it could be in the heat of the summer. My father would pick Maxine up with my sister and myself, or my brother was around, he would do it with us, otherwise he was gone. We would go in a car for a trip to nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah,
father would go,
there's
okay,
a song. We're on a road to
We're on
nowhere. That's what,
nowhere.
but we thought it was nowhere, but your dad knew it was somewhere, and so did my dad. Your dad did the ones where we said, Lenny, make a left. And he'd
Yeah.
make a left. Lenny, make a right. And then somehow we'd wind up past
in-
Riverdale into Westchester at a Friendlies.
always, it wasn't the same friendlies, but most of the time,
No, because
Brewster, it was in Brewster.
it was Brewster, and that was a bit of a trip from Brighton, Brewster.
Yeah, well, we used
Yeah,
to travel and we'd
you
always
know.
have a grill in the back, so my parents would feed us with hamburgers or hot dogs.
Yeah, it was like we never knew where we'd wind up, and usually ice cream was in the picture somewhere. If it wasn't
Always.
Friendlies, it was
It was
something else.
something.
Because
We'd find weird museums, we'd find parks and
Well, we
places to
would-
go to.
we would have planned trips and unplanned trips to Lake Sebago, also known
Lox and
as
bagels,
Lox and Bagels, Lox and Bagels.
Tiarati,
Yeah, and we would,
Pianfardi.
yeah. And where was the one? Is it Hempstead Park we used to go to
We used to go to
sometimes?
Hempstead Park, yes,
Right.
but it was Tiarati, Sebago.
Sebago, that's up
Lox and
uh,
Bagels. There was one other one we used to go to, the Seven Lake region.
the Seven Lakes. We would,
Mhm.
because that's, where you take your Brooklyn kids. Not like we didn't have a beach nearby, but we
It
had to
was
go to the
different. It was in
we
the
had to go to the
country.
country. We're gonna bring you to the
Country.
country. And of course we did the Catskills too, but that's a whole other show. The Borscht Belt. We did talk about that a little bit.
Oh,
But
Lake Welch, Lake
Lake
Welch, we call
Welch.
Lake Belch, Lake
Lake
Belch.
Belch and Lox and Bagels. Those are the two
Yes.
places. Lake
Yes.
Belch and Lox and Bagels. And
Actually, how come they should have a town called Lox and Bagels?
I don't know, make one
Lox
up.
and Bagels, Wisconsin or something.
No, it
Nah,
has to be in
nah,
New York or
it's been New York or
has to be in a
California or
Jewish area.
Chicago. Yeah.
It's like Lox and Bagels.
Lox and Bagels, Illinois, right?
Or right,
Yeah, right outside Chicago.
yeah, that would be cool. They have a
Oh,
lot
I
of
think that'd be
cool
great.
things in Chicago.
But it should be Brooklyn, some section of Brooklyn should be called Lox and
There
Bagels.
should be a
But I think
street.
Brighton Beach,
Like
I think
Lox
Brighton
and-
Beach should have been Lox and
Well,
Bagels.
There
Right,
should-
Brighton Beach is
There should be a street.
it's been in the news of late.
Brighton Beach?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because
what's
it has the
happening in Brighton
largest
Beach?
Russian population.
Well, most of the people are
Of any-
from
Russian.
Ukraine. A lot of the Russian,
There
well,
are
they were
from
Soviet.
Ukraine.
Most of them are from
A
Ukraine.
lot of them got out of Moscow, and they came
Mhm.
over, in the 70s and 80s. So there are Ukrainians, but there's
Yeah.
mostly Russian.
It's funny. I always thought Odessa and Minsk were in Russia. Now I find out
No.
it's Ukraine.
It's in Ukraine.
Odessa's Ukraine.
And I always called it the Ukraine.
Mhm.
The Ukraine, but they used
Ukraine.
they used to call our neighborhood when the Russians finally came in, Odessa by the sea.
Mhm. Because they
So it
loved it so
wasn't-
much, because Brighton is by the sea.
See,
Well, actually, last time I was in Brighton Beach was probably like about 7, 8 years ago. And when I walked the street, it reminded me the same as it did 40 years ago.
Yeah,
The
it
stores
didn't
were
change.
open. The stores
Except-
were open. There were people on the street. The only problem was, the difference was, instead of speaking English, they were speaking Russian.
Well, and all the
Or
signs
Yiddish,
on the
yeah.
stores
stores are all Russian.
all
Yeah.
Russian. And you got those nightclubs and you got, all that. And
We
So-
did
so-
I think it was a 70th birthday for my mother, a surprise party, right? That we invited, me and my brother invited her brothers, sisters, all the nieces and nephews, probably like about 40, 50 people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
To I forget the name of
The
nightclub.
National.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. There
It
you
was
go.
there were two levels, like there's a balcony.
Yep.
looking into
That's
the
the
stage,
National.
Yep.
and we walked into it, and we walked in, and the table was set, and it had all the vodka and the appetizers, and I thought that was dinner.
But they
Oh, no,
come
no,
out
no.
with the flaming shish kebabs.
Oh my
Woo!
God.
Then dinner came out.
How could you? I know that when we went, I don't know how they eat, how much
I
how much can
can't
you eat? Just,
I was full before the
yeah,
main
there's
entrees
no
came,
way
the appetizers.
anybody could eat all that. I guess people do, but
They do.
I mean,
They do.
I couldn't eat. It
And then
was
they had
just
the
too
band
much.
on the stage doing, and we were all dancing.
I
It
thought I
was
was at a bar mitzvah or a wedding or something. That's what it reminded me of.
I think it was like a
Yeah.
70th anniversary. I forget what it was, 70th anniversary, 70th birthday
Birthday.
party, or
Yeah. Well,
but it was fun.
yeah, it's funny because when we remember Brighton, we remember the kosher delis, we remember the Chinese
Mhm.
restaurants, and we remember Jews, Italians. It was a
Well, it was
different.
98% Jewish.
It was,
The
I don't know about
Italians
98, but it
and
was,
no,
I-
and right in the heart of Brighton Beach was very high percentage Jewish, like we were, but the pizza place owners, Italians, and the Chinese restaurants, Chinese,
Mhm,
they lived in our neighborhood.
mhm.
And
Everybody who had a
yeah,
store
who owned
mostly
store
was
there lived in the neighborhood.
You lived a few blocks away.
But
you know,
then if you
and-
crossed over Neptune Avenue to Banner Avenue, that was a lot of Italian.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it was mixed. I mean, my block was mixed. I mean, I lived, my neighbors were from Spain. I had another neighbor on the other side. They were, family was German. I had friends who were Cuban on my block. It
Yeah,
was
but they were all
diverse.
Jewish.
Jewish Cubans. Okay. Well, they have
No.
Cuban Chinese food, right?
Oh my God, that was so good.
That good, that great, that really good
Place
one on
up in Harlem.
no,
in
the one
Harlem.
also on 70. It's on the west side. Down in the 70s it was, or something. It was this kind of hole in the wallish kind of place. It was Cuban
Yes.
Chinese,
Mm-hmm. I
and
remember that
it
place.
unfortunately
Oh, that one.
closed during the pandemic. But I don't know.
Oh, I
But
remember there was one like on 71st Street.
yeah, that's the one that
Broadway.
closed. Yeah, that's
I'm
the
trying to
one.
When I
think of
used
the
to
name.
go, when I used to go to Manhattan School of Music in the summertime, there was a Cuban Chinese restaurant right up on 123rd Street and Broadway. Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
place was
they
pretty.
used to have that. I lived on the Upper West Side on 90th and Central Park West on Broadway. Every other street had a Cuban Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was.
There was a large Chinese people who lived in Cuba before Castro,
Right.
and a lot of them opened up restaurants.
Mhm.
And then when Castro came in, they started moving to US.
Well, I remember my art teacher. I don't know if you had her in Reynolds, Mrs. Savitt. Do you
Oh, I
have?
remember Mrs. Savitt,
Okay,
yeah.
Mrs. Savitt would go with her husband to Cuba for the nightlife and the art, before,
Yeah.
and she would tell us stories and we'd be mesmerized, we would just be mesmerized. And I remember
I would
this-
love to go, but not now.
no. We don't know what's going on from one minute to the next. But what do you do? I mean, we would, think about fun stuff that we used to do as kids. And, my dad took us sometimes, it wouldn't be the long drives out to where
Yeah.
Lenny would take us, but he would take us sometimes Prospect Park, or
Yes.
we'd go around and drive, and somehow we'd wound up in Nathan's, or, it was just, we'd go for a ride.
Yeah, always
and,
Nathan's,
you
yeah.
know, we'd go on the Bell Park, we would go, and then all of a sudden we're back, and all of a sudden, you want hot dogs? It's like,
French
so,
fries?
French fries, and who are we to say no?
Right.
Who says no to hot
Twist
dogs and
my
French
arm.
fries?
At Nathan's.
Right? Who would say no?
Oh, see, I didn't like hot dogs at Nathan's when I was a kid.
you're
I
so
only
weird.
I like the hamburgers and the chicken charmaine
You're
sandwich.
such a weirdo. Yeah, I would try the chicken chow mein on a bun. Who
No,
does that?
Maxine. Oh,
It
it's
was
so good.
weird. It was weird.
I love chicken chow mein.
Sandwich on a bun, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
But
it
you
was
know what? We used to call it chicken charmaine.
charming, right?
Yeah,
It's
the Brooklyn
we
accent.
later
Chicken
found out it's
charmaine, chicken
pronounced
chow.
chow mein.
Yes, we call it charmaine. My mom told me, she rest in peace. To the day she died, I want chicken charmaine.
But
Yeah.
I never had shrimps because it was non-kosher.
Yeah.
You ate the pork.
I used to eat kosher style.
Well,
Yeah.
we couldn't bring anything into the house that wasn't kosher. My dad
Right.
would not permit it. Although my mom would sneak bacon in, and then he would find out, and it would always be, "You cook bacon." But we would, he didn't care if we went to the Chinese restaurant or the Italian. He didn't, as long as it was
No.
outside.
That's it.
So,
That's right.
But he wasn't,
Rocco's,
he ate Chinese food. He went to the Chinese, he never brought it
Oh.
into the house. Your father, right?
no, he never ate Chinese food.
No?
He says he called chop suey dog water. Nope.
Oh, my God.
He never ate Chinese food, and he never ate pizza. He never ate Italian, nothing.
Well,
It
there's
was
nothing
all-
kosher about pizza.
I would go to Rocco's. Mama Rocco would fix me up in,
Oh,
in no
My
time.
veal and peppers.
Yeah, veal and they made, I think, the best veal and peppers.
They
was
are the
Rocco's.
only place. that
That
make
was the
good.
best. We have a place up here that was close, but not quite. And
It's nothing
we
like.
brought some back to the house because we told Phil like that. He loved veal and peppers
We
too.
all grew up that
So
way.
yeah, so I said, you got to try this. It's the closest to Rocco's that you're gonna get, and it was. We have
Yeah.
to tell them to make it in a particular way. They make it 2 ways, so we try to tell them, it's this way. Make sure it has blah blah. And now I'm in the mood for it, and I can't even go to drive and get it.
The best veal and peppers I've ever had is these at the end of the summer and the beginning of the summer. They had the San Gennaro Festival. And the
Festival in St.
Oh, that-
Anthony's
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah.
St. Anthony or St. Christopher, one of them. St.
St.
Anthony.
Anthony's, I
They
think.
say, it's St. Anthony's.
St. Anthony. Oh, we have to do
I'll
that
have to
one
do my
time.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll have to do that next
And
time.
basically they had like all food you would get, and they had the best veal and peppers.
And also now, do you pronounce it Zippolis or Zeppolis?
Zeppolis. They take
Zeppole.
the dough and they throw it in the oil.
Zeppolis. Oh, with the white
It's
powder.
Zeppole.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a sugar.
That goes with the veal and peppers to make it a 3,000 calorie meal.
Yeah, that was one of the things my parents would take us to the
San
San
Gennaro
Gennaro
Festival.
Festival.
Yeah, my mom
and
would
my
come.
father
Yeah, we would all go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
that
go
was.
together, and my father would get us the sugar cane.
And-
Chewing the sugar cane.
No,
That's
I
why
me-
my
I
teeth are
remember
so
the- I
bad.
remember the I'm gonna say Zippolis. That's how we pronounced it back then.
Oh,
and
Zip-
then
yes,
We would also go
Zippoles.
to the Washington Square art show. My
Yes,
mom
every year.
always wanted to go
and my
every
mom.
year. Your mom, we always went, and we were looking at all the paintings. And little did I know how NYU would be in my family so much. So it was.
I missed that festival.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
not
Well, I don't think
anymore,
they're
it's
doing
done.
it. I think it's gone, right? I
It's
don't know if it's totally gone.
I think so.
Even
That was
before.
a tradition. I remember going there.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I
a big Memorial Day weekend every year.
No, maybe they'll bring it back now. Who knows?
I hope so.
It's
That
would be
was the
an-
best.
If
That was
anybody's
one of my-
watching out there that's involved with art festivals, let's bring the Washington Square Art Festival back.
Right, it has to come back. I mean,
Call Maxine.
Bring
she's-
it back.
yeah,
Bring
give
it back.
give us a shout out. You can tweet me at TM Shades of Green and get
Or
and
Mal,
let me know.
It's at gmail.com.
Right. So or greenworldradio@gmail.com. But don't go to my regular email because you ain't gonna get it. But anyway, that's private. So
Ooh.
so we also went. I'm getting back. I know we're bouncing all over the place, and I know we're hitting the hour. But we also would go to the World's Fair where we lost
Oh,
Rufus J.
my.
Galaxy.
Yes.
And,
You
and
gonna tell what
drive-in
happened?
movies,
Yeah,
drive-in
you gonna
movies.
tell what happened at the World's
We'll-
Fair in the
We'll
parking?
do that. We'll probably have to do that another time. That's
Yeah,
a long
okay.
one. And we went to drive-in movies,
A lot.
and we put our pajamas on,
Pajamas on. My
and we'd be
parents
in
would
the
make us
back of
of my
the wagon,
station
right?
wagon. Yep.
And
we-
drive it, yeah. the only
No
drive
seatbelts. We'd be sliding around. That, you know, there was
In the
no,
back,
no one
and we all three
cared.
of us, you, my sister Ivy, and
Right.
me, we'd be in our pajamas watching a movie till we fell asleep, and then
Right.
my father would have to wake you up to drop you off, or you
Right,
would
because
sleep
but he would
over
carry you guys
and
up.
carry my
We
sister up.
carried
I
Ivy
was
up.
too
We
big.
didn't carry
Oh,
you up. Yeah.
you
The
didn't
only
carry
drive
me, or you?
I remember is the sunrise.
Oh, that's one of the ones
That's
we
the
went
Sunrise
to.
Drive-In. Yeah,
That's
in
the only
Long
one because
Island.
that was a straight shot on the Bell Parkway.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why we
It's
took
either
it.
there or the 110 drive-in.
There were
I don't
two we
remember
went
that
to.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
110, that was farther out, another half hour out.
So we had
I
no,
think I've never seen a movie in the drive-in, even
No.
though I used to go to drive-in often.
well, we know what you did. We know what you did.
Ha,
Yeah, is your name Kaniki?
No,
Let's
We
go
go
together.
together.
I
We
used to listen
also
to Murray the K, and he had the submarine
swinging
race watching.
soiree. Murray the K and the swinging
But he had
soiree.
the submarine race
right.
watching in Plum Beach.
Right.
Oh, we used to
Well,
go to Palm Beach also.
yeah,
On
yeah.
hot
definitely.
days, that I lived in an apartment, my parents would take the grill, because it's the only beach you're allowed to barbecue on in the city parks in
Yeah,
in the
they didn't
5
let you do
boroughs.
that. Yeah.
So we would take the grill and barbecue on like once or twice a week there on the very hot days.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that
but-
was a good time.
but driving around, you know, no seatbelts and just being thrown all
Mhm.
around and riding our bikes, no helmets. If you fell down, you
You
hurt
got
yourself.
up. Yeah, oh
And
yeah,
then-
when you get up, and
And
go
then
on.
what did your mom or dad put on that scrape?
Oh, the
Mercurochrome.
Mercurochrome.
Yes.
You remember Mercurochrome?
The glass bottle.
It's
with
red.
yes,
It
and
was
you
red.
put it
I mean,
on
it left a stain. And
yeah.
it was so painful. You
Mhm.
screamed. I mean,
Yeah.
I was more afraid of the Mercurochrome than the stupid thing I got on my
What's the
elbow.
difference between mercurochrome and iodine?
Iodine is less caustic. Mercurochrome was, you can't get it anymore because it contained mercury.
Yeah.
Because imagine all the mercury we have in our bodies from that now. They didn't know. They didn't have a clue. And
Is
it
that
was-
why I
it-
glow in the dark?
Yeah, I don't know. It was banned and it's no longer sold. It was banned in a lot of countries, including the United States, because of the content of mercury and
You know,
the
I-
red
to this
stain
day,
it
this-
left on your body. You know,
This
the
is the first I've
iodine
heard of that.
doesn't do that. Doesn't it's not as
It leaves a
caustic.
stain, but it was painful. You had
It
to
was-
scratch you
It was
automatically.
painful.
And then when I was sick, my father or mother would give us a bath with witch hazel.
Oh yeah, witch hazel. That was the other thing.
They don't do witch hazel anymore.
No, but witch hazel is also good as a kind of an antiseptic in a way. And it's not as, it's less stringent, it's less, it doesn't, Mercurochrome was like it was, I just feared it. I literally
Mhm.
feared that bottle. If I
My
saw that
parents
bottle
always
come out,
had it.
and my dad would put I'm like, oh no, don't please. And I was just always, I was flipping. It was like not a good
Who's
idea.
calling you?
Nobody's
Oh,
calling.
it's me.
It's you?
No, it's my
Oh
it's
well.
business.
Business. Tell him no business. Tell him to stop the
No
monkey.
business.
Tell him to stop.
No,
the-
it's my friends over at the Democratic Party.
Oh, okay. Well,
I joined the Rotary, by the way.
Oh, you did? So what happens
Yeah.
in the Rotary now?
Yeah, I like it because you're doing a lot of charity work. It's all
Mhm.
charity. Everything is for charity.
Yeah, that's the Rotary.
Is that like a
Yeah.
rotisserie?
It's
You know.
no, it's like no.
It
It's
goes
the
round and
Rotary.
round and round on a
Round-
rotisserie.
yeah.
No, it is. They do a lot of good things. They really do.
Good.
So that's
And
nice.
the people are nice people and everything. So for my business, I
Nice
said,
people.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
it's a good
join.
connection to have the
It's
Rotary.
good connection.
What's happening
Yeah.
with your business? Just to do an offshoot.
Yeah, we'll have to do a show
My
one day
edible
on it.
business.
The
I
gummy
am waiting to get a
business.
license so I could sell my gummies, since I don't do that, because it's not legal at the moment. But I could make them for myself and consumption for myself, but I can't sell anything till,
Can you do it?
It's
in
legal.
California?
What do you mean it's
No, I
not legal?
can't.
Didn't they pass it? that you can?
I have to have a license to sell it, and that's what I'm working on with my friends to get me a license.
Okay. Well, good luck.
We're waiting because you're going to become a major sponsor of our show once you
That's
start.
right. I
Shit,
can't
could-
wait.
Excuse
because
me, poop, I can buy the show if it works.
but you can,
But I expect to
and
buy
we'll
it.
sell it to you.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll sell it. And other
Don't worry.
shows.
We would love to be able to sponsor, do station breaks, put it on social media. Absolutely. We'll
Brought to you by
Yeah,
Kinda
right.
Buzzed.
right, that awesome. Just the fact that that word's in there, buzz, like Buzz Aldrin.
But we
But
know
I'm-
now in Los Angeles, recreational marijuana is legal.
Yes, it is here
I have
too.
not done it yet. There's
Well-
no fun in doing it when I know it's legal, and I'm not
Oh.
being
I know.
antisocial.
Put
I
it-
I don't smoke, so
I was in the city yesterday and it was very prevalent in certain areas in the city that you can even through, and I had my mask on, not all the time, but people smoke and I don't want to smell their smoke with COVID going on still. And they're most
No.
likely to have COVID than anyone else, I think. So and a lot of people were wearing masks. I was really surprised outside. Like
yeah, I'm
I
shocked.
would say it was 60% wearing 49 at this point.
Up
So-
here is 0%
Yeah.
not wearing a mask, basically.
Anyway, guys, I hate to tell you this. Our half
No.
hour is up.
We'll have to end the show like that for every time.
Right, could you do that again as we end the show? You ready?
Got it.
You ready?
1, 2, 3, go. Bye, guys. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ta. Shalom,
shalom.
Presents.com. The Tush
Peace.
Twins. Bye.
Wishing the world peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.